What's cracking? I am Nick Danger and you're now tuned into the Art of MV. Welcome to the channel and thanks for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's jump right into some MV shit, y'all. Alright? So, if you were to walk into a room and the studio sign over the door said MV-8000 room, right? When I close my eyes, I basically can see everything that's inside the MV. I can hear it. So there's the Psycho Rhodes from the XV5080. There are a couple of other sounds from the S series. There's the 808 on the desk. There's a 909, a 707. There's even an SP808. Then there's the 2480 recording console, digital recorder. In the corner there is a guitar area with the space echo, along with the pedal board with the guitar, with the Boss chorus and the Boss distortion effects, the flanger. Then there's a rack. There's a rack of effects. There's the 4-button chorus. There's the RSS psychoacoustic delay, along with the easy delay from the Boss. There's also a vocal chain. There's some compressors, and these are all Roland stuff. So my point is that instead of approaching this like it's some other piece of gear, you need to approach this like it is the studio. So, and that goes for the V1 Verse Lab as well. The MV-1 Verse Lab is the best of Roland now. Now, today we're going to mess with some sequences, and it hit me that even though I really think that the MV-1 lacks the depth in the sequencing that the MV-8000 has, I tend to use them both similar, right? I tend to use them both pretty much similar to the other one. So this is a robust sampler sequencer. Phrase sequencing, MIDI sequencing, hard disk recording, step sequencing with measures, notes, and phrases. This one doesn't have all that, but it's the same concept, meaning that the first thing that they ticked off the box for me that appears to be a handicap is the fact that you can only do 8-bar loops, right? Only 8-bar loops. But in my opinion so far, it seems that that's pretty much how I have been building tracks anyway, right? So I was thinking about this on the way here. And so this is the loop, right? And this is linear mode. So basically, what I'm going to do, what I'm doing right now is I'm just deleting notes in real time to create the rest and to create the space early in the track. Now, this is after I've copied the initial 8-bar loop. The initial 8-bar loop has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Has 9 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 9 tracks of instruments. And I'm simply remembering where the drum line is, which is where you see the cursor now. This is where most of the drums are. So I'm taking some out for the little intro. Now, I didn't have it loop back to the intro yet, but I also have recorded. Let's go back to the beginning. I've recorded this part as a 2-track, and 1 is going in reverse. It's muted, and I've also I will make some patterns with this as well, but let's keep going. All right, get this here. So basically, by way of deletion, in linear mode. So basically, what I have here is a 32 bar loop, and as I take things out from the intro, so the first 8 bars have been altered. Actually, the first 16 bars have been altered. This is all in real time as the sequence is moving, right? Never really having to stop and apply anything. Just using the mouse and the clicker to highlight pieces and take out step after step. Now, one thing, as you can see, what I like to do is I also like to use the big blocks. I see some people with the MVs, they use the smaller blocks where one little block or tick is taking up the whole measure, whereas my measures are divided up into 4 parts, so I can actually take each step out if I need to. So that means I might want to take out part of a drum roll and not the whole drum roll, right? Can't hate on that Phantom, man. The Phantom sound got like a lot of D50. Okay, so now essentially what I've done is no different than what I would do on the Verse Lab. The difference is I would create the whole sequence on the Verse Lab and then just copy that entire clip and then start deleting out of each clip. Whereas on here, I made the 8 bars, I copied it, but I actually started making the deletions in a linear fashion, which means I'm not going to have to really delete or copy any more clips. I'm just going to take certain notes, certain steps, and certain phrases. You're going to delete them out of the composition and then leave it to be looped. So at the end of this one, I will have a 32 bar loop that I will then copy that, and the song will be 64 bars of the same 2 loops, and I can make even more adjustments at that point. Now what I'm about to do is I'm about to make a couple of patterns out of this real quick.
Another thing too that, you know, when we're talking about the quantize and everything, that really separated this from anything else out there was you could have it in record mode or just playing, and you could adjust the percentage of the quantize and everything all in real time without stopping or having to apply a quantize to a pattern.
Now all these will constitute one pattern. And so I'll put this one pattern on a pad, and I can lay that pattern anywhere in the song. Even in this linear mode, I can mute other tracks and just simply let that pattern play. So in the sequence mode, you're not just have to be engaged with just simply the step sequencer or simply the pattern sequencer or simply the linear mode. All of these modes can be used simultaneously within the track or within the song, should I say, or the sequence. So let's name this. So far I have 2 patterns out of this, which would be in the MV-1 Verse Lab, that would be 2 clips, right? Now, I'll come back and make some new patterns as well. I was more concerned with making a couple of patterns for the beginning with only certain instruments available. I've copied the entire 8-bar sequence, and it can be doubled already. All I gotta do is recopy the last 8 bars, set it behind this one, and like I said, you can just go so far with this kind of workflow.